Here we go again. This time, we're running the Nin plan against Prime Speaker's Zegana. Play against this creature all the time. Kind of has a cool ability, but it's so expensive. 6 mana and the contingency of having another big creature in play to run it off of. Just doesn't seem that good. And obviously you're competing in the same colors as Mr. Edric. So if you're interested in winning, Edric is your man. Probably not Prime Speaker. Anyway, this is one of those really kind of speculative keeps on my part. But there's a few key components to this hand that make me decide to keep it. For one, I have the ability to go turn. I'm going first, which is... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm going second. That's not as important. But anyway, I have turn 1 Chalice, turn 2 Power Stone, and it's mainly just the Fire Ice, actually, that makes me keep this. Because if I draw a single blue mana source, then I have the ability to draw an extra card off the Fire Ice and can likely draw into at least one. If I get one blue source with this deck, that tends to be enough to really let me run the mana. It's one of the huge advantages of running a 2-color deck in EDH, and it's actually really just a 1-color deck with a tiny splash of red spells. I have so much search and color enabling stuff, especially if I can just get a single blue mana, that's usually enough. So it's with a deck like Aloro or with Sliver Queen or one of the other 3 or 5 color decks, you would never in a million years be able to keep a draw like this. But Nin the Pain Artist can. And that's one of the reasons why it's the best deck in the format. And he mulligans twice, actually. So it gave me a little bit of extra benefit. Top deck Lapse. Not a blue source, but that's alright. He plays another land. Soul Ring. Isn't that funny? Of all the times you're unhappy to draw Soul Ring, it's when you've got the entirely colorless mana draw. Now I'm just thinking, God, let me get Karn liberated here. He plays City of Traders. Solemn Simulacrum. So suddenly he's looking a lot better than me. Granted, we have I do have more mana in play than him, but there's a problem with it. Come on, mana. 1 blue. Aha! Bauble. One of the many things in the deck that gets blue. So there we go. We have 1 blue mana, enough mana to run the Lapse and to run the card. So unless he drops something rather bomby on this turn, I'm feeling pretty good. This guy's pretty bomby. Yeah, it's going to be a problem. He draws 3 and plays top. Smashes for 2. But lovely Solemn Simulacrum can be copied. So I really want to draw a land here, and I do right off the top, which is huge. So after debating potentially playing Nin right now, or just chilling and trying to Steam Augury at the end of the turn, I decided I'd rather just copy his guy and let him... This also creates some pressure against Jace, which is nice because I have Fire Ice to tap. Or possibly to just kill outright. So he finally decides to let his City of Traders go, which I'm very happy to see. And he doesn't even use it to play any extra mana or anything big. So at the end of the turn, I ice this guy with the intention of attacking Jason. I definitely gave some thought to just firing it. But I ultimately decided I really wanted to draw the card. And my deck rewarded me by giving me Into the Royal, followed by Amnesia. So we can just attack Jace. I have low expectations of actually being able to kill it off, but this is mainly just to get him busy with using the Fate Seal ability instead of the draw 3. Tectonic Edge. Makes me a little unhappy given that I have this 2 mana land in play. But he does not see it. Alright, he says go. Which surely means a counterspell. End of turn, Into the Royal on Jace after he Fate Seals. So that plan worked as well. I get another land, which is fantastic. Draw Muddle. I'm going to attack here. Normally I would never ever do this. But given the fact that I am planning on amnesiaing him, I figure why not let him draw another card. He even peeks at the top card too. I was really thinking, man, if he kills my volcanic island during my attack step, I'm going to feel like a moron. That would be a very sophisticated play, but it would prevent me from being able to amnesia this turn. But he did not think of it, or didn't see it, or didn't decide to do it. I draw Arid Mesa. So here we go. Hole in the Head. My opponent has the perfect counter. Plasma Capture. Yes, I would like 6 mana during my next turn of any color. Lapse it. Oh, Friends, he has quite a hand. Capsize, Acidic Slime, Nature's Lore, Jace, which we knew, and Yavimaya Elder. Going to the graveyard. Down to 1 card in hand. God, Amnesia's so brutal. As far as I've seen, I am the only person in all of the, among all the EDH players on Magic Online who uses this card. Other than people that are copying my Nin deck. So insane how good it is. I win so many games with the Amnesia, and have for almost 20 years now. Alright. Nin the Pain Artist. Coming down. He's looking, he's got no answer to it at all. Not that he could fight through multiple counters anyway. End of turn, I'm going to Steam Augury. And this is just a bait, since I know he's got Plasma Capture. I just want to get it out of his hand, since I don't even care. And that leaves me free reign to use Nin without him being able to counterspell back. He's going to look at his deck a few times. Draws during upkeep, which is kind of clever, so that he's got something to spend colorless mana on. So he's making blue mana. Big spell. Tide Spout Tyrant. No. No, I don't think you're going to cast that. Just cast this. I actually gave some thought to negating it, but I realized that he can't do anything appreciable with just 2 mana anyway, and I'd rather draw 2 extra cards, so we're just going to draw in response. Draw 8. As you know, that tends to seal the game up. And I draw a hand with numerous card selection cards and another counter. I'd get a Trinket Mage followed by a Vault, Simulacrum, and a Treachery off the top here. As many of you know, at this point we're just in the academic mop-up stage. I'm just going to go get a Mox Opal. Play Simulacrum, get another land, play that. Play Nin, set up with 3 counterspells in hand versus an opponent with an empty hand. I've got 20 plus mana available. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, well 16 mana. Not 20, but whatever. And finally, Mr. Safugliata realized the writing is on the wall, and with a GG, that is it. Quick, succinct game. Definitely a very scary beginning when I had all colorless mana versus Jace. But as this deck does so many times, it just steps up and performs. It's so incredibly consistent. Definitely why it's my pick for the best deck that I play in the format. More to come. Hope you enjoyed that one.